All right, we're just outside of Morristown, Indiana here, and ran across three farmers from the area. Ron Newman from Rushville, Ken Simpson from here in Morristown, and Mike Smith from here in Morristown. Let's just talk about the variability, I guess, of the crops here, Mike, if you want to start off and some of the things you're seeing here.
Well, as far as variability goes, we started out on Ken's farm. Crop looked very nice. You go a half a mile west of there and go down into the bottoms of Blue River, and it just burned up. A lot of barren stalks and a lot of ears that just didn't get pollinated.
Is that type of variability pretty common around here this year, Ken?
Yes. It's, I mean, just field to field, you know, we're going to wherever it goes over the high ground and the low spots, I think we'll see that. When we just went, all four of us went out to my field, we went from, 188 was the highest, down to 150. To the last planted, we had 121. Okay. And that was planted the end of May. So.
Okay. We're in northern Shelby County right now, but Ron, you're, what, 20 miles from here? Just talk a little bit about the variation between here and there that you're seeing.
Rush County's quite a bit like Shelby County. One area has got some rain. The corn's going to make 180. You can go a mile or two down the road where there wasn't very much rain, and you're probably going to be down to 120, 130 area.
Okay. What's the difference you guys are seeing in the planting dates here? You kind of all over the board here on planting dates, right?
Well, in our local area, when Mike got started a little earlier on that gravel that we just came from, and that was May, what?
We started May 8th, finished up that first round May 15th.
And then mine went in, May 12th through the 15th. The last field we did was the end of May, and then when we took the Hagee out there to get out in the middle of it, we seen that pollinated right in the middle of the hot weather, and we seen that yield drop down to 121, and you know, the pollination I don't think was as good.
Mm-hmm. Our planting dates, we started around the 12th, 13th of May, finished on the 1st of June. Where we planted early, there was less moisture. The early planted corn I don't think will be as good as what was planted the end of May, 1st of June.
Well, what do you guys think? I mean, how optimistic are you about it? I mean, we took samples, but obviously that's from a small section of a big field, and overall, is it?
We were off about 15%, 10 to 15% a year ago, and I think we're going to be off another possibly 15 to 20% off of last year.
Really?
Yeah, it's not very good. I was telling you guys earlier, I farmed for 20 years, and this will be the first or the worst crop that I've ever experienced.
Mm-hmm. Now, that field we were just in, where we were looking at some of those without any pollination, and some that just didn't even shoot ears. How widespread is that?
Well, we went flying this morning, and you cover any river bottom ground, and it's very common. Mm-hmm. A lot of ground. Even with clay knobs, you can see it from the aerial photos. It just burned up, run out of water, and it's just dead. And I had scouted those fields a couple weeks ago, and there's no ear on those stalks either.
Yeah. Ken, how about you? What's this compare like to other years?
It's not the worst I've been through. Oh, we went through 83 and 88. Mike said that he hadn't. I've been doing this deal a little longer than he has. Mm-hmm. We went through 83 and 88 on gravelly ground where we had. 50, 60 bushel was good. The high ground, boy, I don't know about the black dirt where we just came from. For the fact is, we just cannot catch rain here, and I'm just wondering what the size of these kernels are actually going to look like when we all broke a ear open, and they weren't. When it dries up, I mean, you know, we're denting now, but that's probably going to be what, 40-some% corn. And then once we get that down to number 2 corn, I'm afraid it's going to look like popcorn. So.
How about you, Ron? Any other years you want to?
This will probably be the worst since 88. I don't know that it will be worse than 88, but of course the hybrids I think are better than they were then. So I'd just compare it to 88.
When people kind of get excited about $7 corn, and looking at the conditions we have around here, what's that tell you for next year? And somebody just brought up cash rents.
I don't think they're coming down on that rent. it's just going to be interesting once we get in the field. I mean, we can all speculate on what we're seeing today.
I would say a lot of guys have a lot bigger percent of their crops sold than what they thought they had sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I haven't priced any, for the fact is I don't know what I'm going to have to sell. I mean, you know, for right now, I mean, I could sell some, but...
You heard any stories of people over 100% sold yet?
No.
No, that's good.
But they may be.
Right.
There may be some, it may be, yeah.
People kind of held off because we started out with the wet spring, and so nobody was just really excited about selling. And then no more did we get done planting, then the drought kind of set in. So I would say there's not a big percentage sold, actually.
The end of June, I'd say we had the best crop that we were going to have in years. Had great stands, no drowned out spots. And then come July and August, I mean, our farms haven't had any rain.
Right.
So yeah, it's in June. I thought it was really going to be a good crop.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had the best potential. Prettiest stands. The corn leaped out of the ground. I never looked back. It was just really good. I mean, even for the conditions we went through, no water, I think it goes for the genetics or something.
Yes, I think so too.
It's hanging in there. I don't know why, unless it's like Mike says, and there's just no grain for it to cannibalize itself.
Well, the reason I asked that question about the $7 corn is because I like to remind people that $7 corn is great, but there's a reason it's $7 when
Yes. And
some people don't have a crop.
oh, yeah.
Yes.
And I don't think that's realized yet until those combines start rolling. I don't think the USDA or anyone else is going to know how good or how bad this is going to be until those combines get going.
A big rain. I mean, if we could get an 1.5 or 2 inch rain, it would help some corn. You know, we could raise our bushels, test weight, maybe fill those smaller kernels, but right now it's not looking promising.
Especially on the later planted corn.
Is it going to make a difference on this ground that we're looking at?
No,
not that there.
that's toast.
It's done.
No more kernels coming in.
No. Pollen's gone.
Nope, it's done, and what's there's there.